Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Sage. What is up? Today, we're going to be reviewing the first episode in season 5 of Black Mirror. It's called Striking Viper. And I just finished watching it. I wanted to get this review out while it's still fresh in my brain. And as I watch the other episodes, I'll give reviews on those also. Black Mirror is my favorite TV show on Netflix. I like that it makes you think about all these topics on technology and VR and all the current stuff that we're going on, social media, all that stuff is brought into these episodes, and you really start to think about the consequences of your actions when it comes to this technology, this new technology that we're all inundated with. So that's why I like Black Mirror. And if you haven't watched it, please check it out. This will be spoilers. I will be spoiling this thing to death. I'm going to be telling you every single thing that happened in this episode. So don't watch this if you haven't seen it. Come back and watch it after you saw it. Or if you're like me and you don't mind the spoilers, because I don't mind, I want to know what's going on before I watch something. I don't like being surprised. So if you don't mind, then continue watching, but I'm just giving you that warning right now. Okay, let's start. So it starts off Danny and Theo, their boyfriend and girlfriend, are role playing in some bar. They're joined by Carl, who is their roommate, and his girlfriend. Then they go dancing, and Theo, who's the girl, she tells Danny that she really likes the role playing they just did and made her, turned her on a little bit, and that she likes the idea of some random stranger hitting her up, in a bar. She liked that. So, cut to they're hooking up at the house, Danny and Theo. Danny wakes up after they hook up. He goes into the like living room or whatever, and he sees his homeboy Carl sitting on the couch playing video games. So he joins them. They start playing Striking Vipers, their favorite video game. This is kind of like Mortal Kombat or something like that. So Danny, he likes to play Lance, and he's like the male dude. And Carl, he likes to play Roxette. Roxette is like the female character in like the Mortal Kombat type game. So that's their favorite characters. They have a strange Danny and Carl have this like weird bromance. It's borderline gay to me, but they're sitting there closely. They're like jumping on each other. They start tickling each other and laughing and doing all kind of stuff. I don't know what's going on, what their backstory was, because they didn't really go into their backstory. But it's obvious that these guys, they got some feelings for each other, man. Going way back, something's going on with these two. But they're homeboys. So anyway, that's like the backstory. Now, cut to 11 years later, and Carl shows up at Danny's birthday party. So he sees Danny. They haven't seen each other in a while. He gives him a gift, and it's the same Striking Vipers game that they were playing in the flashback, but now it's upgraded for VR. So it's cool, So they cut to another scene where they start playing the video game together. Now it's like VR or whatever, and they have the same little thing that's in every Black Mirror episode where they put the thing on their side of their face, and then they kind of go off into some type of coma. So they do that. It cuts to the game. Now they're inside the game with these avatars, who I told you before. What was their names? Roxette and Lance. So Roxette is the female, who's played by Carl. Lance is the dude, who's played by Danny. Anyway, they start fighting in the game, and they're kicking butt. And then, for some reason, Lance jumps on top of Carl, and they start kissing each other. Or whatever. The female jumps on top of the male. They start kissing each other. It's weird. It's because they shouldn't be kissing each other. They should be fighting. I don't know what's going on at this point. Now, you cut to like later on, and they're basically like getting it on every time they play this game. So every time they go online, instead of them fighting each other like the game is supposed to be, they're sitting there like it's like a virtual porn or something, where they're just hooking up and having sex with each other in this video game. So Carl, he's loving it, you know, and Danny, he kind of is weird, he kind of likes it a little bit, but he doesn't, because he can't get it up anymore with his wife, Theo. He can't really, I don't know, man. It's weird. This is the whole thing. So you see how this is weird? So for some reason, he just, he just keeps thinking about Carl and his video game and him having sex with the avatars in the video game instead of his wife. And his wife's beautiful. I don't know what's going on with that dude. Anyway, Theo, they have a, what is it, an anniversary date, and Theo goes to this bar. Some dude hits on Theo, turns her on. She likes it, but now she's married. She tells the dude to get lost. Then Danny shows up and they have their dinner. And Theo's like, you know, this dude just hit on me and I really liked it. And I should have cheated on you, but I didn't, because something's going on and you need to tell me why you're not making love to me anymore. We're trying to have a kid. You can't get it up. What's going on? Are you cheating on me? Are you cheating on me? So what's his name? Danny, he says, no, I'm not cheating on you. And she says, you got to be, because you're not touching me. You're not kissing me. You don't do anything. He's like, nope, I'm not cheating on you. And he could look her right in the eye and say it, because technically he's not cheating on her, really, right? When you think about it. I mean, he's not physically cheating on her. It's just like all virtual avatar crap. So anyway, hold up. Anyway, Danny realized that this is some weird stuff. Maybe he is kind of cheating on her. So he tells Carl, look, dude, we got to stop doing this virtual reality hooking up. You know, plus it's kind of gay, but he never mentioned that. I don't know why, but we got to stop doing this. I got to concentrate on my marriage. I got to concentrate on my kids and my family. So they stop, and Carl, he can't take it. He's like infatuated with the game, and he's infatuated with hooking up with his best friend Danny in that video game as role playing. It's getting weird. So anyway, 7 months go by. Danny, she's expecting a child. Our Theo's expecting a child with Danny. Theo invites Carl over to the birthday party. They haven't really seen each other in 7 months. It's weird. So they kind of catch up over dinner. When Theo gets up to walk to make dinner or whatever, then Carl starts telling Theo, look, dude, you got to get back in the game. I miss you. I love you. He doesn't say I love you, but he's like, I miss you. I've had sex with all these other avatars. Nothing beats having sex with you, bro. You are my sexual partner in this game, and I miss you and I want you back. So anyway, somehow this convinces Theo to get back. He reloads the game, and this time they get together and they just start having some freaky finger in the mouth sex, freaky deaky sex, just some nasty freaky stuff. You know, I can't describe it without being too graphic, but anyway, afterwards, Carl looks at Danny. He's like, man, I love you. Like he's completely infatuated at this point. He's completely in love. He's like, I love you. Danny gets pissed off, says, nah, dude, this is gay. He finally admits that, dude, this is gay. He says, let's get out of this game. Let's meet up in person and let's see if we're gay, because we're gay for this game. Maybe we're gay in real life. I don't know. So they meet up at some alley, and they go ahead and they kiss each other. Full on the mouth. Full gay mouth kiss. Anyway, afterwards, they realize they ain't gay. They're like, nah, dude, that must be something in the game, because we really ain't gay in real life, because that was weak. That was whack. So anyway, they're kind of like laugh it off. And then Carl's like, dude, but in the game is different. In the game, we got to keep doing that. Danny's like, nope. So they start fighting. Because Danny's like, no, dude, I don't want to go back in the game and be having this little gay avatar stuff with you. So anyway, police come, pick them up. They go to jail. Theo comes and picks up Danny from jail. Now she's like, what the hell's going on? Why were you fighting Carl? What's going on with you two? Finally, Danny tells Carl or Theo what's going on, that they're having this gay avatar sex in this video game that he's playing, because she didn't know anything about it. Cut to sometime in the future, and this is like the last scene where I guess after Danny told Theo what was going on, they kind of reconcile, and then Theo and Danny, they exchange gifts for the birthday. And in one box is the virtual reality little pin that Theo gives to Danny, and then Danny gives Theo this box where she puts her wedding ring in, and one day out of the month, uh, Danny he goes and have his virtual sex with his homeboy, and Theo, she wants out of the month she can go to a bar and meet up with a random stranger, and get her freak on, in real life, do some real cheating with a real dude. So they have this agreement that they worked out where, I guess he'll cheat on her in this way and she'll cheat on him in that way. And then at the end of the day, they exchange boxes, and he puts his little virtual reality box, gives it back to her. She gives a wedding ring box back to him, and then they go back to normal. It was some freaky deaky swinger stuff, man. I don't know. It's really weird, but hey, that's how stuff's going on. Anyway, here's the questions. What is cheating? Is cheating, looking at virtual porn or porn, any type of porn? Is that cheating? I think cheating doesn't have to be just physical. Cheating could be anytime something takes away from your relationship. So if it's on your mind, you can't get it up in bed, stuff like that, that's cheating. It could be anything. If it's causing that much of a barrier between you and your significant other, then you need to stop doing it. It's cheating. So, even though Theo wasn't really doing it in person, he was still doing it virtually. So it was just as bad because it was affecting his real life relationship. All right, so another one. Is it gay for avatars to be together, controlled by two men? You got these online things, you got the Sims, you got these other, man, it's hot. It's like 90 some degrees in my studio. But anyway, you got these like online communities where you have guys and girls, avatars, but we know that 99.9% of every single girl is actually a dude. And unless they have like a thing where you can hear their voices, you don't know who it is. And these people, this is a real thing where they actually have online relationships with these other avatars. They don't know if it's a guy or girl because it looks like a girl to them, the avatar, but it probably is a dude. So does that make them gay? I don't know. I don't think so, but they're having feelings for possibly another dude, or vice versa, I don't know. I think that is kind of gay, but I don't know. That's one of the things that this, Black Mirror kind of makes you think about. Well, and then another question, the future of VR porn, VR, whatever. There's going to be a time where people will have these virtual relationships and they won't have real relationships. That might happen. You can have the perfect virtual wife or the perfect virtual man, your perfect virtual mate with virtual sex that beats anything that you have in real life. What is going to be the point in actually getting into a real relationship with a real person at that time? And especially if you can't even get it up, what's the future of children going to be like? Are we going to be able to have kids and have normal marriages and normal relationships when you can have your virtual girlfriend? Like all you got to do is put on a little mask or something, and you can be happy in this virtual world. That's the question you got to think about, man, because it's coming there. It's things, they're developing this technology quick. There's a lot of lonely people out there who can talk to the opposite sex, and they live through all these virtual dolls and virtual sex and all that stuff. So it's coming, man. We're gonna have to confront this one day. All right, now role play. How dangerous is role play? You remember in the first scene, when they were role playing in a bar, she says, "This really turned me on when you were playing like a stranger picking me up in a bar." And then later on, she's, a stranger tries to pick her up, and she tells him like, "That really turned me on." Like that idea of role play of some dude picking her up in a bar kind of opened up Pandora's box for Theo, for the wife. So in the end, she's like, "You know what? I'm willing to let you go online and do your little freaky deaky stuff with your homeboy, as long as I can go out there once a month and get my real freak on, in a bar and have some dude hit on me." Like that was her whole thing, like she was willing to compromise because of the role play just kind of opened up Pandora's box. So how far do you want to take this stuff? What if you're role playing with your significant other you know, you're playing a construction guy. And now all of a sudden she's looking at all the construction dudes going, man, you know, I need to get me a real construction dude this time. It's a bunch of questions. I have questions, and I think you have questions if you watch this. Anyway, I'm not going to continue going on and on and on because this was a long video. I usually make my videos around 5 minutes. It's like I'm at over 15 minutes now. I'm going to let you think about it, what I just said. Watch the show. It's a very good show. A lot of interesting questions are going to come up after you watch it. More questions. In the comments, let me know what you think also. And we're going to be reviewing the other episodes momentarily as I watch them. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.